Hello, thank you for joining me, and today this is a tutorial to revarnish my Reborn doll. So first of all, let me turn the tripod round, because next to me there I have my towel rack, and that's what I'm going to use to tie the limbs to while they dry. So I brought that down from upstairs. On my tray I have a little plate which I always use. That's what I use to mix my paint. I haven't got any posh palettes or anything like that. I always use this plate. I've got 3 paint brushes with fine tips. I've got non-latex makeup sponges, and I use Dura Art Dura Clear Ultra Matte Varnish. That's what I always use. I used to buy Deco Art, this is by, and I purchased this I think from Amazon. So you take one of your sponges. I shall get 2 or 3 out because I'll be changing them. And what you do is you pull off the top. Now, first of all, I want to say sorry about my dry hands, but because I'm doing varnishing, I cannot put hand cream on because I don't want grease on my kit. So you take the end off your makeup sponge so it's got like a rough texture. Then here's my limb. It's got the cotton already tied on it, ready for me to hang it up. Now, she actually looks a lot better just with the wash. It's mainly now, she seems to have gone a lot more matte with just the wash, but I'm still going to give her a varnish. So I'm going to do the arm first. So I'm going to take my ultra matte, this is, you can get it in matte, but that is not as good as the ultra matte. You get 2. So take off the lid and just put, I only put a little bit out, and then change it, because I don't want too much out because it'll start to dry. It dries really quickly, this does. So I'll put my glasses on, and what I'm going to do is start with my brush, because I'm doing the fingers and I want to make sure that I get all the varnish in all those little tiny creases. Once I've done the fingers, I can then just use the sponge to do the rest of the arm, but we'll start with the fingers. So get a little bit on your brush and then basically just dab it all over her finger, getting everywhere, all the places that you can see. And then take your makeup sponge and dab off the excess. Just keep dabbing, you don't want, and if you have got little creases like between the fingers, use another brush just to clear. You don't want big glumps of varnish in those creases. So that's one finger done, and then on to the next one, and that's basically it. And it will dry within a few minutes to touch. To handle, you need at least 2 or 3 days to make sure that it's totally dry. But this will be dry within about 10-15 minutes to half an hour. So I've put it on the next 2 fingers, and then again just dab off the excess with your sponge, and then use your little brush to get in to all those little creases between the fingers especially. And you can see that thick crease there. You want to make sure there's none pooled in there. and then onto her last finger. And then I'll show you how you do it just with the sponge. You can put the one coat on, leave it to dry, and then the next day you can come back and add a second coat. That's what I was taught when I learnt to Reborn. I watched Leah Bell's nursery. She's a French-Canadian lady. She paints in air dry paints, and I learnt from her. And that's her hand done, finished. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the camera. So then we go on to her arm. So put some on your sponge and just start going up her arm. And with the end of the sponge being broken off, you can get like a texture. That's what gives you your texture, rather than brushing it on and then it's all smooth. You want like a texture to it. So make sure you go all the way around. Keep patting. And then when this is dry, it might not make any difference. You know, it might not work as well as I thought it was going to. We'll have to wait and see. But there's her hand and her arm done anyway. And I'll carry on now doing the rest of her, and then I'll come back and show you when she's all finished. So until then, I'll see you again when I've got it all finished. Bye for now.